Hi and welcome back to Garden Ninja. Now today's video is on the top 5 tools for beginner gardeners, and a few people online have asked me what are the essential tools that you need as a beginner gardener. Now I know that it can be a little bit intimidating and daunting going into a garden centre or hardware store when you don't have a clue what you're doing. So this guide's for you, and I'm going to take you through the tools in order of which tools you'll need first to get you out into the garden and gardening for success. So the first tool out of every other tool is this, a trowel, and it's the go-to tool that you need first and foremost, because this tool here is going to allow you not only to plant plants, but you're going to be able to dig out soil, put compost into pots, create drills for seedlings. It really is an absolutely incredible, fantastic tool that you're going to need first. And the great news is they're relatively cheap, they're not too expensive. So you can pick up one of these even at a discount store for under £5 or under sort of $7. Now the top tips to look out for is that you get a stainless steel one, because that means that you're going to be able to keep it clean and it's not going to rust. And if you can get on with a rubberized handle as well, that's much better for grip than a wooden handle, which can become dirty and cracked over time. So you can pretty much abuse these, give them a wash once in a while, and they'll last forever. The next tool you're going to need is a garden spade. So once you've got your trowel and you've started gardening, the next one you need to move on to is a spade. Now here is my golden Japanese spade, which looks incredibly fancy. But really, all you're looking for in a garden spade is a solid forged spade. So you don't want anything that's going to buckle under too much pressure. Now you're going to need something that's pretty well constructed for a garden spade, and I would recommend that you invest a little bit more money in this than other tools, because you're going to be digging holes, moving large amounts of soil, and if you invest now, it really will last you a lifetime. Now my golden spade cost me about £30, and it's made out of one piece of metal, and you can sharpen the edge, which is great if you're cutting through sort of fibrous turf, or you've got ground that's got bits of root or old plant cuttings still left in there. So you might be tempted to buy a cheaper spade, one that comes as part of a package or with a garden fork, but I would recommend that you don't do that. I would say go to a garden centre or a hardware store and have a look at the garden spades and pick one that you feel is substantial enough for the work ahead, and it will last you a lifetime. Now the next tool I'm going to recommend might be a strange one, but it's actually a garden knife. Now this one here is an old bread knife, but I've also got a video on hori-horis, which are Japanese gardening knives, and they're incredible. But you can use any knife if you're starting off as a beginner. Now knives are really useful for getting around the roots of, say, shrubs or trees. You can use them to clean off the roots of plants, cut away debris, and also get weeds out of your soil. Now a garden knife's really effective for taking out perennial weeds, and these are weeds with really long tap roots. If you just pull them off, they're going to keep growing back. So a garden knife allows you to get in there and dig them out. Start cheap, and as you find that you're using it more and more, maybe look towards investing in a hori-hori. The next item on my hit list is a pair of secateurs. Now there are two main types, and I'll quickly go over them. You've got the old-fashioned anvil secateurs, where a blade presses against a pad like so. Now you're only going to need those for woody material, pruning trees or branches, and they're quite specialist. The other type are bypass secateurs like these. Now if you look at the close-up, you'll see that the blades bypass each other, hence the name. Now these are brilliant, and you'll be able to cut 90% of things in your garden that you need to trim with a pair of bypass secateurs. Again, if you can afford them, buy a decent quality pair, a pair that can be sharpened. But if you are on a budget, then a pair from a discount store will do you at least for the first year or two. Keep them clean, sharpen them, or use a bit of wire wool to keep any debris or rust off them. Now last but not least is a big surprise, the big finale, a kneeling pad like this one. Now these are probably only going to cost you about £1, in the States $1 from a dollar store. It's a bit of foam. Now you can use it to kneel on when you're planting up your garden. You can use it, as I do, in a van to protect your bum from dirty vans. It's got so many different uses. I use it to shield my hair from the rain in certain instances. You can use it as a tray for seedling plants, and they're so cheap. So most people seem to miss off the Kneepad, but definitely get yourselves one of those. Now there are loads of other tools that you're probably going to need, but as I said, this is only a short video. There's a load more detail on my blog about the top 5 tools for beginners and things to look out for. But if you've liked this video, why not subscribe to my YouTube channel where there are plenty more garden design hints, tips and hacks. I'd love to hear from you on the comments below, so let me know what you think and whether you've got other tools that you think should be in my top 5, and let's start a bit of a discussion. I've been Garden Ninja, happy gardening.